Space City, USA theme park. And the biggest thing that never happened in Huntsville, Alabama. For just a quick, glancing, brief moment in the early 60s, Huntsville was to have an amusement park that rivaled Disneyland. Space City would have a skyway ride, a glass bottom boat, a lunar restaurant shaped like a giant mushroom, a jet car ride, a flying saucer, futuristic time machines, a simulated colony on the moon, and even a miniature volcano. This map here shows the lake in all its glory, where they created land bridges across it. They also had to remove stumps and grind down trees. They even had to dam up one side of the shore and then make sure the water could drain out, as they created an amazing lake and made it worth seeing. Plans are going ahead for a $5 million amusement park with space as the central theme, and they were announced by officials at Space City, USA. They described the location of Lovelady Lake between Huntsville and Decatur. They also had an artist rendering of it. They decided they were going to build a hotel with 10 stories and 200 rooms. Heck, even the big star of the 1960s, Dean Jones, who was in movies like The Love Bug and That Darn Cat, was in town for the party. People went crazy. Construction was to begin the next few weeks along Alabama Highway 20 in between Huntsville and Decatur, near Madison, close to Zert Road, south of I-565. Kids went crazy. People could not believe it. They were going to have something amazing to do in Huntsville, Alabama. Space City USA chose Skylim of Alabama Inc. for planning, designing, engineering, constructing the entirety of the park. The president at the time was Mr. Glenn Robinson. His list of achievements basically was that he was an amazing movie director. He'd been in charge of special effects at MGM Studios for such movies as Quo Vadis, Mutiny on the Bounty, The Brothers Grimm, and a whole lot of other movies, including Ben-Hur, and he was an Oscar winner to boot. As you can see, a lot of work was completed, including the volcano built at the top of the picture you see there, and then right below you can see the space colony. Of course, investors from the surrounding area were excited about the park and wanted a piece of the action and wanted to buy into the park. Right here on your screen is a picture of a Space City USA stock certificate, 100 shares at $2 a share. Some people recall actually buying into it, including Tony Reynolds, whose husband Bill actually invested money. She's not exactly sure how much, but he actually received an item from the park after it was sold off, and he used to joke about having an $80,000 horse. But unfortunately, it would not be a good investment, although it seems like one for a while. The ambitious project had real assets at the time, and at one point there was over 300,000 shares of stock floating around Huntsville, and it totaled up to $2 million that had been invested into the project. Land grading started in January of 1964. And even in March of 1965, the Memphis Commercial Appeal ran a story stated that the park would open in Huntsville in the following year. The 24 park rides would be ready to go, the story said. Visitors would come from 150 miles and more and spend at least $4 each. And pictured right here on your screen is a photograph taken by Dr. William S. Reynolds approximately June 1964 with the arrival of the H.K. Porter locomotive from 1897, and her name was the Melodia B. Today, Lady Ann Lake is the water that gives Edgewater, the upscale subdivision, its name. The developer, Wayne Bonner, bought the property for the project in the early 80s. He remembered fishing there as a kid and could not wait to develop the property when he got older. The property is half in Madison and it's halfway to Huntsville. It's kind of a rugged location, but it also turned out to be the second largest spring in Madison County, second to the Big Spring. Bonner remembers hearing about Space City, but didn't know too much about it and didn't even realize any of it had been built. He remembers an old concrete slab here or a dilapidated building there, but not much else. Here's a picture from 2012 from the Huntsville Times, Bob Gathini. This is a concrete path for the Caveman ride. This is near the Edgewater Clubhouse, and it's one of the few remaining pieces of evidence that Space City, USA was ever here or even existed. Today, that curved little sidewalk on a hill matches a portion of the artist's rendering of Space City, a partial semicircle of concrete piers located by the Times photographer, Bob Gathini, and it appears to line up for the design with the volcano. What happened? Why was it not built? What caused the problem? Why did this project that was amazing and beyond the stars just fizzle? Businesses who had bought stock filed lawsuits just to get paid. The project chairman blamed the weather for the lull. What was the real reason? No one ever knows. But what I went to do was go find the last remaining pieces of evidence that Space City was ever here. Where was it? Where was that walkway? Where was the caveman ride concrete path? Was there anything left from the volcano? Are the land bridges still there? This is what I found.
Right next to the clubhouse. Right up here by Edgewater Clubhouse. I found it. This is it. Then it starts right here. And of course it goes down right here and you can't see anything. But right here, you can even see like right here. It looks like they put bricks in the middle of each one. I don't know if that was not even a brick. It could have been where it was like metal where they attached. We're gonna attach pieces of the roller coaster. But you can tell this is not like a normal sidewalk. It doesn't have the brakes in it like a sidewalk does. And you're gonna be able to see like on one side of here, it's actually really thick. Like it's a much thicker. There's a crack in this part right here, as you can see. This guy says the original roller coaster ramp for Space City. Wow. How about, guys, we get that shot from 2012. Look at this, guys. It goes all the way up here. You can see I started right over here and it winds around and it comes up to here. This is original from the 1960s, guys. And it just cuts off right here. Oh. And I don't know if they went any farther or whatever happened, but that's it, guys. And there's the whole image of it right here. Now, what I was telling you, look how thick that is, guys. Look at the thickness of this piece of concrete. And if not for the Huntsville Times, I would not even have known this existed. It's a very, very good piece of work there, 2012 Huntsville Times. So all that remains, at least in this area here that I've been able to find. It's crazy to think they thought they were going to have the next Disneyland, the next Disney World, the next Six Flags right here in Huntsville, Alabama. See, the slab is, I was just showing you that edge of it, it's right over there. I walked right over here and I found this. Take a look at that. You can still see the nails poking out from this piece of slab. Wow. And see, I did not see this in the Huntsville Times. Wow, a very rare piece here, guys. I just found this. Like I said, it's right farther over here. I don't know what this was for. I don't know if it was going to be a support, like if it was supposed to wrap around from over here and then come back down over here. But wow. Now what I need to do is see if I can find any pieces of those bricks. So I'm going to brush this off for a minute, see what I can find. But check it out. Look at it. Yeah, there was a spider crawling right by my head. I was like, what? Check it out. There's like 4 of them right there. It's like weirdly placed. And it's the same thick. It looks like it's about as thick as that slab that I saw. Again, right over there. If you take a peek at that one. And then right back over here. You can see right here, I've kind of cleaned off a lot of this right here. And where those bricks would be, there's nothing. Nothing that I can see. One of the main articles I read, it talked about how they scraped down a lot of stumps and trees and scraped them down, which after time would start to erode, obviously. But that was one of the main things they were doing. But what could be down here, guys? What could be lurking in these parts of the woods where they had built another slab farther down, maybe another one, and it was just to stand stuff on, guys? What could it be? What more could be lurking in these woods? We may never know. They may never clean these out. Nothing may ever get built over here. We'll never know. But there's, again, it's so many stumps, kind of like that, about that size too. And they've just been scraped down, and randomly too. Like these trees are still here, but those are scraped scraped down. Now this tree, you can tell that's been there a long time. Look how big it is. Definitely still standing normally. Don't see anything else, guys. I'm standing in the exact spot where they did that other photo from the Huntsville Times. Can you see that, guys?
I actually realized after I recorded that it was probably a little bit higher angle, the camera was, but still pretty cool.
Look at that. Pretty cool, huh? Obviously didn't want to get the rock or this tree in it, so they zoomed or stood just a little bit closer just so they could catch on to the circular aspect or the curvature of this particular angle. To be honest with you, I'm looking at it and I don't know how they got it to curve unless they use a different kind of lens, which I do not have access to, and was able to get that shot. But those trees are a little bit bigger, as one would expect. But everything else is, I wonder how long that's been there the whole time. And what about these stones right here as well? They have a story to tell. Are they part of the show? Now they have a playground here and there's fishing happening. There's the pool right over there. But all this has still been there. And you know, they did have train tracks laid down. Where were they? Can we find them? Let's go see.
And right there in front of you, you can see the land bridge built. And even by the cars over there, that area there was also meant for the train, as is the area right here with the trees and the green there too.
And this is where I was at just a moment ago, up on the grassy knoll. Over here where I found the slab of concrete that was still remaining. I don't even know if we call that a sidewalk, but so I'm gonna take a walk over here and see what else is here. And I was even looking up like the past here because that's where I found that other piece of slab. Again, another stump, guys, just shaved down, but now barely up. I don't know if it was all the way to the ground. Okay, that scared me a little bit. I don't know what's in there. I'll leave you alone, buddy, whoever you are. There we go. Ooh, sorry, Rob. A little creepy here. It looks like a lot of water runs down through here. That's what I can tell. A lot of backwater. And there's a lot of low areas. There's no telling what's back in there. I see like stuff laying down. So there's no telling what's back in some of these areas. With this lake here, and there's the other side of the lake, which I showed you guys earlier. That is, you know, definitely where it went down. Now right over here across that road, that's dirt road, and right across that road is the Redstone Arsenal. You can see the fence right there. So I'm assuming that whatever was here or was being built was all through here. It's gonna be part of this area here. All of this that we're looking at, all this beautiful edgewater grass greenery would have been part of this amazing adventure. Now, coming over here to the edge of the water, which and a lot of this obviously edgewater, to the edge of the water, this is like a runway right here. Water to go through, excess water, but there's some interesting stuff right here, guys.
And this is actually a part of the volcano, the base of the volcano that you can actually see in the map. And according to a lot of articles I've read about this, some of that was actually left here when it was built. And it was just shaved off, which I noticed because it was very sharp and it was a metal. But it also reminded me of like a railroad tie kind of metal. Very, very rusty.
Definitely rock. And even this guy, look how dangerous that is. I wonder who's out here mowing around here. They're gonna be like, what is this? Crazy. I don't see anything else besides those couple, unless this is again kind of remnants of it here too. You can see where it would have gone curved. Again, grassy knoll still up there where I found actually it's more like the bare knoll, but there you go. So after a closer inspection, by the way, of this pipe over here, It seems to me more of, it would have been something, you can see where it's had the wires chopped off here, the cables, they've been cut. And I'm trying to get as close as I can here, guys. And see what's inside this piece of equipment. Because even a closer inspection, it looks like this was cut and should have been and could have been part of the original excavation process. So I'm out here. You can see I made it in about 100 yards or so. But again, another smooth down tree stump. I've seen so many of them around here, even on the other side where I first started. That was a big one, guys. It would have been nice to have a tree out here like this. Even if they built what they were going for, but who knows what would have been. It definitely looks like rock. There you go. So what I can do is check to see if there's anything on the other side over here and go from there. It's a beautiful day to be doing this though, right? Now, crossed over to the other side. Again, right up there is where the last slabs are found. And right over there by that tree, let's see where am I pointing? Right over there by that little cedar tree is where parts of the train support were left. So now I'm on the other side. What do you think those were? It looks like something that would have been a block of pipe, which it looks like there is one down below down here, like from, you know, like junk getting into it, like if you drop something or whatever. And I can't really tell, and there's a pipe here, but that's what I can tell. And was that put back in place during that time? Very possible indeed. Anything that I'm seeing here, oh, there's a snake, yay. Anything that I'm seeing in these locations that looks like metal, obviously that's old, that's rusted a little bit, definitely gonna probably is definitely gonna be part of that building process from the 60s. All right, so this is where I am now on the other side here. I've come across, you can see that started way over there. Again, right above the playground area that you can see across this lake is where I started and found the concrete slab of the remaining pieces for the roller coaster. Now I've just come across and I see this. Now from what I can tell, just from a quick observation and from not wanting to stick my hands down into this mess, this to me looks like it would have been a water source, say for some of the rides that required water, that kind of thing. I see a water handle here. I see some pipe that's been cut here and there. And then also looking down in here, you can see down in there, guys, but it also looks like parts of pipes and that kind of thing where it's sitting there. And you got right here on the top, again, parts for the water. Now it's green on this side. I can't really tell if that gives anything away. You can see where the pipe even goes out towards the water. Could have also been something to pump for certain reasons, that kind of thing. And then we have a board. I'm gonna go on the other side and get a quick look at that. That's kind of what we're looking at here. And since it's completely not in use and looks like it would be about that old, I'm assuming that's what that was for. And this is probably the handle for it. Right over here, there's a switch right there. And then a place where the wires have been cut. Possibly for the electricity. Some of that looks newer, not gonna lie. Still says on and off. It looks like it is switched off. And I don't think I'm gonna switch it to on. Nothing really to say how old. See the handle right here, which I don't think I'm gonna pull. Nothing signifying age though, what it could be, anything like that. So the original pieces could be really old, some of the added things could be newer. That is, like I said, here on the other side.
What could have been? Can you picture this? Out now in Huntsville, Alabama and Madison. I think everybody in the United States would know about this place. And now it would be synonymous with the U.S. Space and Rocket Center, with a lot of other interesting attractions in Alabama. But this would have been the king. This would have brought people from all over the world here. But we will never know.